gotten through step 11. And step 11 was basically, well, excuse me, let me go back. I've gotten through step 11, and the step before that was obviously step 10, and that was putting the two halves of the wings together. So I did that. Then I moved on to step 11, and that was adding a few parts into this air intake. So there's a few parts down there with this door on top, and they sit on top of a couple actuators, hinged actuators that are down in there. So that all just glues on top of there. So I got that done on both of the wings, and they fit pretty well. And so what I've done now is moved on to step, well, they're still calling this step 11, but it's another section, and that is working on these engine nacelles and putting in the exhaust. And so before you put the exhaust in, you have to put these shields in right here. And they slip into place. Inside here they slip in, so you just glue them into place, and then you add the exhaust to them. So I have the 4 exhaust pieces here. I'm going to go ahead and get those glued into place. Alright, so I have the engine portion of these nacelles on. You can see how the exhaust comes out. The fit on these was okay. There's a little bit of misalignment, but nothing serious. Just a little bit of sanding will take care of that. Alright. Then I started putting on the horizontal stabilizers. Got one more to go. And they can only go in one way, the way they're slotted. So once this one is dried up more, I'll put the other one on. And then we'll add the wings. The horizontal stabilizers are now glued in place. They're almost completely set up. And then we will attach the wings. And the wings, there isn't a big long tab to insert to stabilize. There's a little bit of a tab, so you have to line that up, apply some glue, and hold it into place till it sets up. But it seems like a good fit. So I'll give these this whole tail section another 15 minutes or so to set up even more, and then we'll start attaching the wings. All right. Okay. Wings are on. Starting to look like an airplane now. I put the main landing gear doors on. And the rear tire on with its doors. And now I've just been putting together the wheels. And we'll soon be attaching these into the wheelbase. And then once those are in place and the glue's all dried, I'll be able to set this thing down on its wheels. Okay, so I made the decision to not attach the landing gear. I'm going to have this model built wheels up because I want to hang it from my ceiling. And this was after I started putting the landing gear on, but soon realized that I didn't like the way it looked. It looked pretty chintzy, and I didn't buy any aftermarket parts. So, and plus, I like the way this aircraft looks when it doesn't have the landing gear down when it's in flight. It just I don't know. It just looks more cool. It's an awesome looking airplane, and so those are my two reasons. So I'm just going to glue the gear doors on, closed, and that'll be it. All right. So once I get the gear doors glued on, I'm going to start getting this thing prepared for painting. And we'll start putting the first colors down. What I'm probably going to do is the whole underside first. It gets painted a light blue. So I'll probably do the whole underside first. And then the top side. There is a couple of versions here that have kind of the, I don't even know what kind of camouflage it's called, but you can see it has the spots. I know there's a proper name for that, but I don't know it. But when you're looking at it straight down from the top, it looks like a typical camouflage pattern. And then the bottom is the German light blue. I'll just use my Tamiya light blue, and it'll work out just fine. So I'm not sure if I'm going to try and do this pattern on it. I might, but we'll see. First things first. The first color pattern is put down now. It's the light sky gray, XF19. And this same color was also sprayed on the entire side of the fuselage and the tail, both sides, and also on the sides of the engines. Now what's going to happen next is these areas that are unpainted are going to get the darker gray, which I'm going to use the dark sea gray XF54 for these areas. So that means I'm going to tape off the light gray areas. I put a coat of dull coat on the light gray to help protect it while I do this. Alright, I have the second camouflage color laid down now, the darker gray. And yes, there's going to be some touch-up, because I kind of messed up a few spots. Right here on the top, at the end, I missed there. And this line is not very even. And I'm not sure what happened right here at the wing root. I did something wrong there too. Anyhow, overall, it's coming out pretty good. And the next step is going to be turning this thing over and painting the underside the light blue. And then when that is done, I will attempt to do the pattern of little spots here and there along the edge of the fuselage. Anyhow, so far I'm happy with the way things are coming out. Okay, yeah, I'm at the point now where I've got all the painting done that's going to be done. As you can see, the bottom side is painted. All the upper surfaces and the sides have been painted. And I've given everything a clear coat. And it's going to be time now to start applying decals. So that's what's coming up next. The decals I'm going to be using is for this particular version. And I'm going to be using the red and yellow stripe around the fuselage, the swastikas, the iron crosses, and all that stuff. So it'll all be like this version here, this one here, and hopefully that will look okay. I am not going to be painting the spinners striped like that. They're just going to be plain yellow with black propellers. Yeah, so all the decals are on now. Starting to really look like something now, huh? I think it's starting to look pretty good. I've got a couple coats of Tester's dull coat on it right now, and it's giving it a nice finish. So what do we have left to do? Well, we have the canopy sections to put on, and the props, and the two machine guns that go in the front. And from a lot of the research I've been doing online, looking at old original pictures of this airplane, there was several different variants of this airplane. One had rocket pods under each wing. One had one single big cannon coming out of the nose. One had the two machine guns on the nose down here coming out, and the night version radar assembly coming off the nose. And then there was several different paint schemes with all these different aircraft. So what I've done so far is what this particular instruction book has included, and I'm going to make the version that does not have all the night radar assembly in the front for a couple reasons. One, it's real fragile, fiddly photo etch, and I might be able to build it, but I'm not sure if I can. But the main reason is we're going to have several pieces of real thin, fragile photo etch radar pieces coming off the front, and that stuff breaks off real easily when it's sticking out like that. So I'm going to not do the version with the radar on the front. I'm just going to do the enclosed nose with the two cannons coming out. It's got the two cannons on the side, and that's it. This color scheme is legitimate, so are the decals. I've seen pictures with his exact same markings, authentic old pictures of it with these exact same markings and numbers on it. So I'm just going to do it that way, make it a little simpler for myself. and I think it'll come out really nice. The biggest challenge, which is usual for these kind of kits, is the canopy. There's a lot of framing with this canopy, and I started painting it. They put the framing that is raised on the interior parts, not on the outside. So I'm starting to paint the inside framing the same color as the body, and it's going to take a couple different layers, and hopefully I'll get all that done with no big problem. Then I'll just start putting it together. And then the props, I'll show you the props here. There they are.